We're Doctor Friends. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications.
What's sleep paralysis?
Have you ever experienced it?
I actually had it a lot when I was younger.
Oh, really?
Even in high school, during gym class, I'd skip because of a leg injury. As soon as class started, I'd down on the teacher's chair, and within seconds, I'd feel paralyzed. The moment I laid back within seconds it started, I began experiencing sleep paralysis. Everyone was outside playing and I was just lying there, unable to move. It took a while, but eventually I was able to wiggle my fingers and snap out of it.
I don't know, I've never had sleep paralysis.
Once it happens, I'm stuck. I remember my first experience as a kid. I opened my eyes and saw my socks on the floor, but I couldn't move at all. That's my very first memory of it. Even in college, I could sense when it was coming. If I lay down, it would just keep happening over and over. I had to stay active and fully wake up for a while to avoid it. When I could feel it coming on, I'd always get sleep paralysis. These days, it barely ever happens, but back then, it was pretty frequent. I couldn't move at all, and at first, it was just terrifying.
Like Dr. Wu here, about 40 to 50% of people experience it at least once in their lives. Dr. Lee has never experienced it, but Dr. Wu has. Usually, when you're falling asleep or waking up, your mind is awake, but your body can't move, which is what sleep paralysis usually is. Dr. Wu only experienced being unable to move, which is scary enough, but some people also hear things, see ghostly figures, or even relive some bad memories from the past, almost like a dream.
That's really scary.
I've read online that people often see ghosts and things like that.
But since your gaze is fixed, you can barely see out of the corners of your eyes. If there's even a flicker of light at the edge, it can feel really eerie.
Your eyes don't move?
My eyes barely move.
So your vision just gets stuck like that?
It felt kind of fixed like that.
So, the reason this happens, you all might know this. There are two types, non-REM sleep and REM sleep. Non-REM sleep usually takes up about 75% and REM sleep occupies around 25% of the sleep cycle. During REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement sleep, our eyes move really fast during this phase, and while the muscles around our eyes, the ones we use for breathing, stay active, the rest of our muscles are pretty much fully relaxed. So muscle tension drops and breathing becomes very irregular. That's how it is during REM sleep. And during this phase, we tend to dream. We usually dream during REM sleep. This is why, when we wake up during this stage, we usually remember most of our dreams.
If you're woken up then?
Yes. So when we're younger, REM sleep takes up more than 50%.
When we're younger, that's why kids dream.
Right, and REM sleep also seems to have something to do with neural development, or at least that's what some people say. Around age 10, REM sleep gradually decreases, then non-REM and REM sleep cycles alternate. It changes periodically. During non-REM, muscle tension is present, but in REM sleep, the tension nearly drops to zero. This cycle repeats about 4 to 5 times each night.
While sleeping?
Yes. During sleep, the non-REM and REM cycles repeat, and if you wake up in REM, your body remains paralyzed, so you're conscious but unable to move. But you can still see as your eyes move back and forth. Breathing might also feel a bit difficult, since both heartbeat and breathing are irregular during REM sleep.
That's why I feel suffocated.
So you might feel breathlessness or suffocation then.
And that's why it can feel even scarier.
So, usually, when you wake up and transition from non-REM, you can move, but if you're waking up during REM, that might not be possible.
Could that be a case where you fall straight into REM sleep? Maybe the cycle is disrupted.
But once in a while it can happen. It's not really a big problem if it happens once, but as you mentioned, irregular sleep habits or fatigue.
Yes, it often happened when I was tired.
That could be a contributing factor. Also, if this keeps happening frequently, it could be related to conditions like epilepsy or narcolepsy.
You can suddenly fall asleep, right?
What do you mean?
I'll just take a break, then sleep and wake up. I have insomnia.
Wasn't that just now too?
That happened just now.
So, irregular sleep habits or stress can be potential causes for sleep paralysis. But as I mentioned earlier, about 40 to 50% of the population experiences this at least once, so it's quite common. Like Dr. Wu said, usually someone nudges your body or you start moving from the tips of your limbs.
From the fingertips?
Then, as your voice comes out, there are times you can start to break free. This isn't referred to as sleep paralysis, but in psychiatry, it's known as sleepotonia. If it happens just once or twice, it's not a big problem. To handle it, keep up good sleep habits, manage stress well, and relax before bed. Then it shouldn't really be a problem. But if it keeps happening, maybe see a professional once. That's about it, I'd say.
Honestly, I've never had it, so I was really curious what it feels like.
I've actually experienced it a lot. But these days, it rarely happens.
Getting older, REM sleep's
I don't
getting
know,
less.
I don't dream anymore.
An age where you don't dream anymore. No dreams about sleeping.
No dreams and no sleep paralysis either. But I used to live in a loft with a really high ceiling. Then we moved again when I was in college. And when I'd wake up, the ceiling felt even higher with light flooding in through the glass walls in front of me. So when I was lying there, there was a second floor loft behind me. And sometimes I'd imagine someone watching me from up there.
Oh, that's really scary.
That's a bit creepy. I live there with you too.
That was a bit scary, right at the edge of my vision, thinking someone might be watching me from there.
Actually, well. Oh, he's awake. Now he's awake.
Paralysis got him.
Hey.
Anyway, everyone, no need to worry about sleep paralysis. You're not strange or anything, so don't stress too much about it. Thank you.